Well, welcome guys. Today I'm going to be playing SnowRunner, and I'm going to show you how to unlock the Cosmodrome map here on Erska River. So when you first come to this map, this gateway to Cosmodrome is locked. Now the reason that's important is there's a truck. It's the new Phase 4 truck that's called the Ziks 605R. And let's see, let me just hop into the garage. I'll show it to you guys if you're not familiar with it. It is, let's go to heavy, where is it? Yeah, there it is. It's this thing, and it's got 61-inch mud tires, diff lock always on, blah blah blah. Really excellent truck, and everybody wants it. The issue is you have to explore the world to unlock the truck. So the truck, obviously, spoiler alerts here. If you don't want to know where this stuff is or see anything else, go ahead and leave the video. You're gonna have to do it some other way. But yeah, that truck is on Cosmodrome. But again, as I mentioned, it's locked, and we can't get to it. So to unlock it, you actually have to do some, excuse me, you have to do some contracts. And one of them is called a Heap of Work, so you got to do that. Sorry, just need a drink there. So I've already done some of the work on this map. That's what I'm fixing to go over real quick. If you've just started this map, I'm going to tell you what you need to do to get to the point where I'm at. So basically, when you come in, here's your garage. What you're going to want to do. By the way, there's actually a video by How To Gaming, that's How #2 Gaming, about how to get the Ziks 605R on hard mode with a fresh start. Really great video. He goes over it very thoroughly from a map top-down view. He doesn't actually do it. That's going to be the difference. Is I'm actually going to be driving around. You're going to watch me do it. So hopefully you enjoy that. If you don't, maybe you want to go look at his video because he's going to do it a lot quicker. So there's that. Shout out to him. He's giving me some cool, good tips here that I'm going to use. So yeah, I'm coming at this as a kind of a late game player. Got good trucks, so hopefully you'll have some decent ones too. But if you have a less OP trucks as me, then you can potentially do it. You'll just see how difficult it is and see if you think you can do it. As far as mods, I don't actually have really any mods installed except for the IX wrecker here, and really I'm not even using it to make this easy or OP. I literally have it sitting here because this looks harmless, but this is actually really difficult to get through, and so I've been using it to get through there. But as I mentioned, that video by How To Gaming, he actually showed that you can just go, okay, that's not really helpful, but you can go down through here and just follow the edge of the rocks here, I think, and just come up one of these directions. I'm not actually sure on that. I think that's what he said. Anyway, but we'll test that out. But as far as this area, this is very difficult. There was a landslide here originally. I cleared that. You can see what the mission was. I don't remember exactly what it was. I think it was like 2 service spare parts, which you can get from this warehouse here. Service parts. And you can clear that. So if you want to go this way, you can. As I mentioned, you probably want to leave something here. You don't necessarily have to use the IX wrecker, but it does make it easy to get up through here. Also, if you're going this way, avoid this bridge that's out. It will absolutely ruin your day. Rather, just turn either there or right here and go this way around through here. Okay, that's making it a little difficult. Just go around through here. There's some humps here that make it a little bit difficult, but just use your winch if you need to, and you can get through it, and then it's pretty good here. This road is actually really difficult to get up through here to the steel mill that you will need to get steel beams. But again, you don't actually have to do that depending on how you tackle this. That you can also, there's a landslide that was right here. You can use spare parts to move this, and then you can get to the quarry, which is here, and get up through here. You see this conglomeration here. We'll get to that in a minute. That's my road train going to get some more beams, which I may or may not need now. I've had some second thoughts. I was playing this last night. It was late, and now I'm sitting here questioning why exactly I was doing that. It's not a bad idea. It still probably will need done eventually, but I don't think that's actually what I had to do. But it's fine. We'll work that out later. Yeah, I mentioned I rebuilt this bridge. So if you want to rebuild the bridge, you will actually need some steel beams. And this warehouse here does not actually have steel beams. It doesn't. But what will happen is you will unlock this when you finish this mission called Warehouse Trouble. That's what we're about to do. And you will actually get 10 steel beams available. They're limited. There's only 10 of them, so use them sparingly to unlock. But until you get that unlocked, if you want to do it the way I did it, basically what you're going to do, you're going to leave the garage. You're going to want something that's fairly good in snow and ice. Honestly, I used the twin steer. It actually worked really well. You just got to watch out for it tipping. So you might want to take a companion truck with a crane so that you can flip it over and reload it. That's what I'm using the International for. But what you want to do, don't go out this way. This road is really bad. It's really muddy. So don't do that. Come down here and just go right down here, and then you can just follow the rocks and all that. And it's a lot easier. And then you're just going to cross this. Now this looks insane, but it's pretty good. You can actually see that little point there. That actually will help. So you can put your tires on that, and you can just hop across there pretty easily. I wouldn't go up this road. It's muddy. Obviously you can do that when you do the mission, but just you can follow the edge here, and then just cut to the rocks and just follow it. It's all pretty solid back through here. Just avoid boulders and just go this way. And then another one that's a pretty risky crossing, but it's not too difficult, at least with the twin steer. Again, that's a really good truck for this. And just get across through there, stick to the left, and just follow up through here. And yeah, you can just make your way up this hill pretty easily, get up through here, and then you can get to the warehouse. Now, watch out for these steel or these concrete pads that are supposed to make the road better. They actually will break your suspension and tires, so just be careful of that. It's not too big a deal. If you're in easy mode, you can just recover quickly, get all that fixed. Hardcore mode is a different story. Then what you're going to do is you're going to get metal rolls. Metal rolls. You're going to take that, and you're going to take it all the way up to, if you don't have this moved, this landslide here, you're going to take that and you're going to go up this road. Now, right here there's a tree stump, so watch out for that. You're going to want to go super, when you're coming up through here, stay to the left, and then at the last minute, make the turn, go around the stump. You can also try to go below it, but it's easier to just go above it. You might need to winch to get around it, at least with the twin steer. And get up through here. There's a fallen tree. You can see it on the map here. As across the road, and you just want to go to the right of it and just kind of stick to the snow over here. The very end of the tree is kind of, you can drive through it. It does kind of cut you, but you're not going to get stuck from it. So just, don't worry about that. Just drive around it, and then you can get up through here. There's actually a watchtower right here you can grab at that point, and then you can make a sharp left, go down through here. Be careful, you can flip your truck right here. I flipped it right here, and I brought the Tega with the crane to load it all back up. And then you can drive in here, Mind this gateway is very narrow, so it's difficult to get a very long vehicle such as the twin steer into, but you then can take it to the steel mill, which is where you can craft it or convert it to metal beams. Then you can take that back down here and repair the bridge, and then you don't ever have to make this treacherous journey across this ice and all that again. Yeah, you just can avoid all that from then on out. Again, you probably have to make that trip at least twice that I just mentioned, over through here, because there was this landslide, and you have to get, I believe, service parts from over here. So for the first trip, you're going to get service parts and get rid of this landslide. If you want to go this way, I think the landslide is right there, or you can go around it. I think we'll test that in a little bit. And then the next trip, you're going to get some metal beams so that you can unlock the bridge and whatnot. That'll make everything easier. At this point, what I've done, I've also unlocked this fuel station. This isn't really that important. Unless you're in hard mode, then this is actually very important. But you can do it anyway, so if you want fuel, you can get some there, and you'll get some cash for it. But there's actually, the fuel trailer is just here. It was originally, and you can just pull it up this road, and unlock that mission. But that's not necessary for what we're trying to do. What you'll end up needing to do eventually, I'll show this later, we're going to come over here, we're going to grab a trailer that's right over around here somewhere to help complete the mission right here. So, I think that's basically where I'm at. I've messed around with things like the Tatarin and this Kolob and the Azov here to get some of these things done and unlock some of this. I've driven around and explored a fair bit, but I've really not done that many missions as far as that's concerned, except for what I just mentioned, which was, again, this bridge, this landslide, and this landslide. That's really all I've done that I can remember. I mean, I guess I can check here. Let's see. I guess they go away. Okay. Anyway, so that's where we're at. Now we're just going to start, and we're going to get going. So at this point, I've got the Bandit way up here. So what I did is I drove the Bandit from the garage with mud tires on. I drove it down here, up through here, used the IX wrecker to get it through here, and then drove through here, and I followed the road to here. So that's all I've done so far. Again, we will test this later, see how firm or unfirm that is. But right now we're heading to get this trailer. This is the trailer that you need to bring back to the warehouse to unlock the extra steel beams and whatnot that is available there. So if you're curious about what I was doing with these two trucks, I was getting metal rolls to get steel beams so that I could fix this bridge, which requires, I believe it's 2 steel rolls and maybe something else, I don't know. Let's see, do I have that one? Oh, it's, yeah, 2 metal beams and 2 service spare parts, which we can just get from right here. So that's what I was doing, because I was thinking, well, I need to get the trailer to here and across here. But I didn't think, well, you can just take it back across this way. So that's what I just realized now, looking at this, when I'm not tired like I was last night. So we may come back to these trucks in a little bit and finish that. But for right now, we're just going to go ahead and finish using the Bandit to get this done. So let's make it morning, and let's get started. So It looks like... Looks like we can just kind of go... Maybe something like that? Kind of looks like it might work. I don't know. We'll just have to see as we go. So let's get started. So I'm using the Bandit just because it's got really good tires and all the rest of it. The only issue, it doesn't have a lot of fuel, so hopefully we've got enough to get there. But we will see. Thankfully we do have the rack up here that has about 40 something odd liters of fuel. So hopefully that'll be enough. Oh, excuse me. This is some deep snow. You can put your truck in low gear if you're spinning a lot like I was. You'll make better progression and you'll use less fuel. So keep that in mind. This is a funny truck. I haven't used this one too much, which is partly why I decided to take it out for a spin. I thought, well, you know what, let's see what we can do with it, since it's got these really good take-a-look tires on it. I'm wondering if I should have brought chains, though. We'll see what happens. So finally getting some more grip. And again, I don't know if this is the best way or not. This is just kind of looks like a decent route to this thing, but we'll see. The good news is where I'm heading there's some trees, so maybe we can at least winch if something goes wrong. The reason I brought the sideboard and crane is because I thought, you know, I may need to bring something or bring some cargo or something. I didn't need to do that, but I did, so it is what it is. I'm actually gonna try kind of skirt around trees. I don't really want to get tangled up in them. I don't have to. The other good thing was with this setup I can tow a trailer like this, so we will be able to get this trailer. Let's go ahead and I don't know if that popped up in the recording, but I just got a notification, so let's just disable those. Hopefully we won't have any more interruptions. See, get a good winch. There we go. Good winch. So there's our trailer. Looks to be pretty stuck. This is deep mud. You definitely don't want to come at this with a lesser truck, we'll say. I might run out of fuel at this point. We've got that spare roof rack, but again, I don't want to use too much of it because I may I may not have enough. I mean, I'll use all of it, but I don't want to run out. Is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so I can see the front of it is facing that way, so that's good. Let's see if we can get down here. Maybe we'll make some headway. Or maybe this is really slushy. Looks really slushy, actually. So let's try to actually get away from that marsh. That's really deep. And do not climb the tree. Okay. Maybe that's a bad idea. Let's just go straight for it. That looks like it's gonna just turn into a mess trying to go that way. So I'm using the low meters tier just to try to conserve fuel and make the truck move a little better. But now it looks like we found a little more solid ground by these rocks, so we'll just use automatic load. Let's see. Maybe I can sneak this way without tipping. There we go. Good, good, good. Let's see if we can put this thing. I think I'm gonna try to reverse to it, because that way it'll just be ready to hook up. Oh no 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 no! Why? Oh, it's that rock. Okay, watch out for this rock. Right there. Well, that's that kind of sucks. Our truck flipped over. So now we have to go on a rescue mission. What am I doing? Let's go to the garage. So what should we bring as a rescue truck? Definitely not the Ford. It's not. That doesn't sound like a good idea. Yeah, we'll definitely take the Ziks. Sounds like a terrible idea. This thing actually now does have these mud tires that you can put on it, which is pretty cool. But no, we're not going to take the Ziks. What we're going to take is actually the Azol 5.3, Old Faithful here. What we're going to equip it with is a maintenance add-on. Reason for that is so that we have plenty of fuel and repairs and whatnot to be able to get back with the bandit. I could take the IOS Wrecker up there, but again, I said I didn't want to really use that to make the game easier. I just wanted it to be there as a crane. So that's what we're doing. So yeah, this is the way out of the garage. I was going to show you this later, but I guess I got to show it to you now since we have a mission. A rescue mission to accomplish. Just to get a quick drink there. So yeah, that's the crossing. I'll just show it to you quickly. yeah, there is the piece of ice that you can put your right tire on to help you get across a little bit if you don't have good chain tires or a lot of tires. If you're in hardcore mode, that's what the how-to gaming guy was explaining. So anyway, yeah, always stick to the dark blue ice, otherwise it will start cracking. This ice is cracking to some extent. You can tell right here. You can hear it cracking. So yeah, kind of got to be careful around those rocks. They do tend to bust up your suspension. So try to just stick to the edge here. High range is actually really good in this, as long as you don't swerve. So you can see it's cracking there. That's the edge. You don't want to go anywhere. And over there's the other crossing that I'm not going to show you, but you'll see what I mean if you go that way. So this is where you want to head up. There's kind of like a clear path here with no rocks and whatnot. It's super easy to get up. Almost any truck can go through. Not really much snow or mud or anything. Just a nice steep hill that this thing apparently is having a difficult time to find the correct gear to get up. Yeah, super easy. So yeah, there's the bridge that we fixed. And like I said, we're going to test this. I'm going to see if it's any easier to go this way instead of trying to go through that nightmare there. Let's not hit those rocks. Just hit the brakes soon enough to just not get damaged by it. So that's clearly a lot of breakable ice out through there. Oops. But looks like along the edge here, it is fairly solid. Is this solid as well? Yes, it is. There's snow, so clearly it's somewhat solid. Let's just shut the engine off here. Let's see where we're at. Okay, yeah, that was way easier than going where this truck is. So just, you don't even have to clear that landslide. That's almost not unnecessary because it's a way worse way to go. Unless you're trying to go over here or something. But again, I'm not sure the quality this right here, but this may actually be an easier way. We'll see later on. I'm sure we'll make more videos of that. So yeah, this is where we're headed. So let's see how difficult it is to get through. Up through here looks pretty easy. I mean, that's what a shortcut is supposed to be, right? So, yeah. Looks pretty good. You might want to stick a little closer over to that side if you're in a less capable truck. But this was pretty good. Pretty good shortcut. Definitely taking this from now on, because that other way was a nightmare. Again, you can shift into low gears to save fuel and get up through there faster, but it's okay. This is a contest that you have to jump around out through here. Basically get to certain points within 4 minutes or 3 minutes or whatever. It looks pretty difficult. I'm gonna wait until a later date to attempt that one. So I don't know whether to. That bridge looks pretty bad. I don't know whether to try to go that way or not. I think I will though, because this other way was so slow. Let's try this. It could end terribly. This is pretty deep here, so this looks like it may not be a very good way to go. Wow, yeah. This looks pretty terrible. That bridge is not the most convincing either. Wow. Yeah, this is definitely not the way to go. Oh dear me. Okay, can we get a move on? Yeah, there we go. We got a telegraph pole, telephone pole. Switch back into auto, see if we can get some speed. Help us get through this a little better. Yeah, this was probably not anywhere near as good as the other way. But hey, I'm testing it so you guys don't have to. Let's see how this rickety bridge is. See if I can flip over on it. Look at it bending. That is terrifying. If this wasn't a game. That road will be nice to have unlocked eventually, won't it? That's why we're trying to do this, so we can get metal beams and get that unlocked. Make all this a lot easier. Yeah, speaking of which, where does that go? Well, that just dead ends. That's useless. Means of production. I don't know what that is for. But either way, we could still use this to maybe you could cut across this would be better. Either way, we're getting it opened up. That's the point. We're trying to get the map opened up. So we can get to Cosmodrome and unlock the Ziks, which will be a beast through all of this and make everything a lot easier. Stop taking in. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, we'll cross here. Well, I thought we were going to cross here. Okay, is there some pinch points? I guess. I don't know how anybody would do this with a Tega with all-terrain tires, but apparently you can. Seems near nigh impossible, but apparently you can do that. Props to any of you who do. I'm struggling in an Azov 8x8 with full-on chain tires. Well, hello there. We meet again. Let's get this thing flipped over. Yeah, get over here, you. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and refuel both of them quickly, and we'll just get them prepared real quick, just so they're, you know, at their best. So now let's. I feel a little better now that we actually have another vehicle right here to where we can use it to flip us over should we flip over again. But I'm still going to be here. And you should too, because you probably don't have another vehicle here yet, unless you decided to break one. Which might be a good idea. Yeah, back for a little more. There we go. Okay, we got it. Let's get out of Dodge. We'll probably just leave the A's off there for now. And come and get it if we need help. I mean, obviously I'll cover it once we're done. Let's see how this thing does coming from where the A's off just came from. See, this is the thing I've noticed about this Bandit. It just always seems like it struggles needlessly extra compared to other trucks. Although I've got to say, it did cross that very well, nicely. But it probably, the A's off probably cleared the path for it a little better. I think this thing just doesn't have enough weight. That's really what the issue is. I mean, you just see it like the trailer's pulling it around. Whereas the A's off, I don't think would react like that. I guess this is how you would do it, even if you had like all-terrains on. It's just using the winch everywhere to just brute force your way through it all. Camera's freaking out there for that stupid tower there. So we can get a little speed up now. Tiny bit, not much. This thing's pretty cutlass, it seems. So there's the terrible bridge and the terrible mud trail. Should be first. And I'm gonna take that route because even though it's kind of slow and sticky, it's at least I know I can do it. That the way if I try to go around the ice there is, well, it's questionable whether I would be able to make that or not. So we're just gonna take this way, and where now we can make it. Hopefully. as long as the trailer doesn't get stuck. Okay, good. I'm curious to see if this thing has much more luck going through all this with these big mud tires than the Azov is chained. So far, it seems to not be doing much better at all. It's really sinking in there. But yeah, this is why I mentioned that this, I think I said it earlier, this is definitely not a map you want to come to straight off. This is a, you definitely want to have some decent vehicles with good tires on them before you attempt this. Unless you're tryhard, like I said, who's trying to go for like in hardcore mode. Yeah, I mean, even a late game vehicle like this with extra take of mud tires is not having the easiest time getting through all this. Definitely take that into account. Excuse me. Whew. See, like, shift it into another gear. You just, it doesn't make any more progress, so it's just better to leave it there. You use less fuel and you make rate roughly the same, not better progress. So slow going, but that's the nature of this game. This is not Need for Speed, right? I don't even know what Need for Speed actually looks like, so if any of you actually play that game, you let me know down below. But yeah, it's not a game I actually know. I just, the name makes sense, right? Yeah, this thing is really struggling, especially compared to Days Off, which, yeah, it's pulling that trailer, but that trailer's pretty light. Yeah, this thing's doing pathetically. This is why I never use this thing. It's just like, it looks like a beast, but it's just kind of, eh. I mean, it's okay. It's definitely something you should consider using, but it's definitely not the go-to beast truck. But we are going to take the shortcut that we just learned, and basically I probably can get rid of the IX there. I mean, I may leave it there just, you know, if we have to go that way, but clearly we don't need it anymore. Because, I mean, you know, you'd have to go all the way up through there like I did last time. That's the way I brought this thing. Yeah, look how much more this thing's struggling than the Azov was. I mean, the Azov was flying up through here. This thing's, well, it's not exactly flying. Now it's getting somewhere. Yeah, I don't know, this thing just seems a little gutless. It just doesn't seem to put the power down that very as well. Yep, there's our mission point. It's just right there. We're very close, so let's see if we can hurry up and get it done. We'll put it in high gear and see what we can get done. The engine noise on this thing is pretty common too. It sounds like a tractor, like a little tractor. That's what this thing sounds like. Take a little bit of damage there, that's not too bad. And yeah, we're almost there. We just got to get across this bridge. Let's find some traction and get out of here. Kick it into high gear. Ow. These are these concrete pads I was telling you about that are very sharp. They'll just randomly damage your tires. Unless you're going just slow enough. There we go. Having a warehouse keeper in your debt's a good thing, right? That's a good one. Alright, so what that means is we actually have some metal beams, so let's go ahead and load those up. And I'm just gonna run over here and fix this bridge real quick before we forget, and we want it like to get back from the other side. I'm just gonna get it done. Again, watch out for these wheel cutters. If you go slow enough, they don't do anything, but if you come at them at any speed, you just absolutely get demolished, as you saw in a moment ago. Slide in. Yep, start tracking. There we go. Just hold down the C so you can get the option. And we're just gonna run back. Hopefully we have enough fuel. This thing's thirsty and doesn't have a very big fuel tank, so this is not ideal. If I were to these little fire extinguishers, the fuel tanks, that sounds about right. Oh man, you see what I mean? You hit them any kind of speed, you just absolutely get demolished by them. So let's not hit these at too high a speed. Okay, we made it. So one more metal beam, and then I think it was 2 service parts. And you may think, well, you're using your metal beam supply that you have here. Yeah, there's 8, and remember, we've already gotten 2 for that bridge over there that we repaired from the steel mill way over there somewhere. So we've already saved 2. Yeah, you see what I mean? Like, even going fairly slow, these things are just treacherous. It's good to have some repairs nearby. But anyway, yeah, we should have plenty steel beams available. And again, we we've got our convoy on the way with metal rolls up to the steel factory to get even more that we may finish later. Alright, so we got that done, and again we need, 2 service spare parts. I could have just looked up here. It is what it is. And yeah, we'll just get that fixed real quick. Again, I don't really know how important that is. It says it's to the sawmill, so I'm guessing that's important. I mean, it's certainly not going to be a bad thing. It's never a bad thing to have a bridge open, right? Can we find some traction? Thank you. You would think in the snow you would actually have some traction. See if we can't destroy ourselves on these things. I'm going to put it in low, just creep along. I really don't feel like damaging this thing anymore. I've got a roof rack, I know, but like I just want to get this done and send this thing back to the garage and probably sell it at this point. This thing's not impressive. I'm just saying it. I'd much rather use the other Azov than this thing. This thing just doesn't inspire confidence. So service spare parts, we actually have unlimited amounts from this side of the warehouse, so don't worry about using these or deleting them, anything like that. You've got plenty, not to worry with that. Wow, that was such a big hit, it froze my game. Some of that, what they call the Phase 4 lag. Apparently Phase 4 just introduced these random lag spikes that are just terrible. I've heard they're trying to get them sorted out, but clearly they've not sorted it out yet. Alright, let's get this done. Boom, get that bridge finished. Beautiful. Great, here's a little something for your trouble, and it's a lot easier to get to the sawmill now. Yeah, exactly. Speaking of which, where is the sawmill? Is that the sawmill? Log station. Means of production. That must end up being the sawmill. You know what? Let's. I know this is a little bit off topic, but let's take a quick run up here. We'll use our roof rack if we need to. But let's take a quick run up here and see exactly what this is up here. Oh boy. Easier, huh? Is there a mission to clear the trees? Is that an option? Alright. I want the tree, thank you. Oh, wow. Not that tree, or that tree. Oh, I hate the quick glitch. It's excellent until it's not. Okay, let's just take a moment here. Oh, repair. And let's just quickly make it morning. It's still dark, but at least it'll get lighter as time goes on. Useless trees. Wow, this is pretty rough through here. Let's see what it's like on the side here. Aha, just as I suspected. Much, much better. Still kind of muddy, but definitely not as bad as the middle of the road there. Ugh. I'm not liking how that feels. I'm thinking we're going to try one of the sides here. This side looks the most open. Let's try this. Look, definitely seems better than in the middle there. We'll probably be crawling at 2 miles an hour here in the middle. It's definitely soupy over here though, definitely. I wish these stupid little trees were not winchable. They're just so useless. I mean, I guess in a pinch maybe they would have been proved useful, but like most of the time they just get in the way. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's really better than going through that swamp or not. Looks better to me, but I don't know. Skin's deceiving. So what do we have here? Some Russian writing. Definitely looks like some wood. What exactly, I don't know, but that's what we're going to find out. We're at least going to activate the contract, I guess, or the mission task. That task. What this is. What's it? Yeah. How on earth is the sawmill supposed to run with no tools? Yeah, that's a good question, Bob. Good question. He needs a cargo container. From there. Interesting. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna leave the bandit. We're jumping these off 7-3 here. Let's run over there real quick and take a quick look and see what that looks like. And then we'll repair, or not recover. We'll recover back to the garage and get on with the rest of this. Yeah, you see what I mean about this thing? It's just so much faster than that bandit. I mean, yeah, it's getting a little soupy here, but again, it doesn't have the big mud tires that has, so it's kind of expected to be a little worse there, but I mean, look, as soon as it gets any traction, it just absolutely flies compared to that. So yeah, I mean, I don't think the bandit is bad. I crawled up over this pretty good, but you did have to winch, and you had to winch this thing too. I definitely think this is probably a little more capable overall. Look at that, just absolutely grabs it and takes off with it. So yeah, let's get it in here, there you go. Let's see what this is. It says it's a cargo container. I'm not sure what that is. I don't know if it's a big, yeah, it is a big container. Wow. That's gonna be a booger to get out of there. And I'm assuming you can't use a winch to get it. Well, you can't tell from here. Oh, the physics just hit it. Yeah, you can only use a crane, which is fine. I mean, it really needs like lifted completely out, so that's fine. We'll come back to that later. Okay, so now at this point, what we need to do is a heap of work. That's what we need to do now, because we just finished warehouse trouble to get this unlocked, and now we need to activate this contract here. So we need 2 metal beams, 4 wooden planks, and 4 service spare parts. Just a few things. So what trucks are we going to use? That's the question everybody wants to know. What truck should we use? Well, we'll use a P16. No, that sounds like a terrible idea. I'm kind of thinking that we will use this guy here. He's over here, he's not doing anything. He already did his job getting the can't put that on there. That's a shame. Anyway, no, he already did his job getting that fuel trailer up and out, so we can just get him back here. And yeah, let's see what kind of trailer we can get. I've got some mod trailers installed, but we're not really going to use any, I don't believe. I guess we'll use that silly thing. Oh, you can't put trailers on this thing. I'm an idiot. Okay, well, in that case, could use that, or the Tega. So let's try using the Tega, because we can put a crane on it. Well, I guess you can put a crane on the Azov too. Let's try using the Tega just to show like you can use the 6x6 too. So we're gonna put on this one, and it'll help haul 5. That's all we're gonna be able to do. Let's see. We need 4, 8, 10. We need 10 slots. My brain's working here trying to figure out how to do this. Let's go back to the garage. Obviously, we could have used the twin steer for this, but it's still up there with all the steel rolls, so we're not going to do that. going to take that off. We'll stick the spare wheel on there, why not? We'll stick the crane on there, and we'll leave that empty so that we can put on another trailer. So basically we're going to take the Tega and this thing with 2 trailers. So we will take... There's no real point in taking that one. Like, this one's just as good. It's narrower, so we'll just do that. And we'll use the Tega for now, but we'll probably put the A's off in front after we get through this. But both of these things have cranes, so we'll be able to do whatever we need to do. They both have... Well, no, I don't have the spare tire right now. I'll take it, so should be good. Let's get a heap of work done. I was gonna get a drink of tea. There's a bug in it. It's sitting right next to my lamp, and the bugs fly into it. Anyway, yeah. So right now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna just go up through here, hop up here, go across the bridge, and get to here. Again, if you don't have that bridge, you're gonna want to go this way. It's just that way's a bit more difficult, so I'm not going to do that, but that's the way you would do it. Let's get this one. Let's go through that. Let's see how much easier or more difficult it is with this thing going through the same terrain the Tega just went through. Yeah, absolute breeze. That's what an extra 2 axles does. But again, this is still really good rough terrain. You can see it's not exactly easy. We'll put our beacons on. Looks fun. This thing actually does have an active suspension now that you can get for it, but the catch with that is you gotta unlock it, and I don't have it unlocked, so this thing is still stock. So we're gonna winch to the Tega, and we'll just leave his engine off, because this thing's got plenty of torque to pull us both all the way up through here without using any fuel. We'll probably need to take it for some fuel later down the road. So there's other ways you could do this. You could do this with 2 Azov 5.3s. You can put sideboard on, and you can tow the towable red trailer with ramps on it. You can do 2 of those. That would accomplish the same thing. But again, I'm doing this because to me it just makes more sense than having that horrible towable trailer like that. I mean, maybe I'm missing something where I need more of something, but either way, I mean, if we have to make another trip, we have to make another trip, and it's not the end of the world, so it'll be okay. Wow, this thing's being an absolute beast, just pulling all this up through here. And I'm going to release the winch there. Take and get up through there, no problem. It's just going to make this thing work harder and use more fuel. And we'll stop there. Can't reach the Tega, so we'll just stop here. And yeah, like I said, this thing's going to go through here, no problem. Except for the odd change of gears that it does. And again, you could do this with these off 7, or the not 7, the 5-3, whatever the other two numbers are. That I was using earlier. I'm just using this because it has more wheels, which is really, really good for driving across ice that breaks underneath. So hopefully. Hopefully we won't run into any issues. Alright, so we will need 2 metal beams. So we'll put one there. And then we're going to need wooden planks, so we'll get 2 of those. And then we're going to spin around and get some service spare parts. Oh, I know why I needed an extra 2 slots. It just occurred to me. Metal beams, even though there's only 2, which equals a total of 10 pieces, actually takes up 2 slots, so we need an extra 2. This thing does not have the best turning radius. So yeah, we'll stick one on there and head it out of here. And we'll grab the rest that we are able to with the Tega, and we'll just have to come back out with a sideboard on this thing or something to make that final trip. See if we can not damage the Tega suspension. Nice. And again, you don't have to use a Tega. You can use another Azov or whatever you want to. It really does not matter. So, first thing, we're going to get one more metal beam. That's all the metal beams we need. We need 2 more pieces of wood, and that's all the wood we need. We just need 1 more spare part. So when we come back, we'll come back for some service spare parts, just 2 in the Tega or the Azov or whatever. This thing has a good turning radius though. This has wooden planks too. Interesting. So there we go. Full load. We'll just come back for those last 2. Not that big of an issue. So it just occurred to me, this video is probably pretty long at this point, so I'm just going to cut it here. There will be a part 2 to this. This may be in part. But yeah, we're going to continue in the next one. and we'll get this all finished. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. Link will be in the description to the next part, so see you then.